Hello everyone and welcome back to more of the Oblivious Garden. In the last episode we said some harsh things to Leira because she was being ridiculously uncooperative with our script rewriting. So we got to this choice and I kind of left it up to you. Should I apologize or should I not apologize? Well, alright, everyone says I should apologize. I was kind of an ass, so I will. My room isn't far from Leira's place, but I find myself wishing it were further away. I still feel so reluctant as I'm on my way, but my feet are out of my control. I am now standing in front of Leira's room. The door looks so familiar to me, but I don't have any courage to knock on it.
Eh?
What? As I'm hesitating, the door is open from inside and Leira comes out. We are both astonished to see each other. I don't know what to do for the moment. It is also a big surprise to Leira. We just stand there without saying a word. Finally, Leira realizes what's going on. She turns around and happily. Though she doesn't say anything, there is a complicated look in her eyes which really touches my heart. I know it doesn't matter anymore who made the mistake. I'm sorry. I whisper as if my words will be torn up by the wind. But Leira seems to hear it and turns around to look at me strangely. She is saying something with her eyes, like she is blaming me for being rude and unreasonable. Marion shows up behind her with her thumb up.
进来吧。
She speaks softly and turns around without looking at me again. Of course, I am unable to see her expression. I don't know why I'm avoiding her eyes. Or am I just avoiding myself? I am here again. Everything is the same here as usual, except for my mood.
坐吧，还站在那里干什么？
Leira's face looks as cold as usual. I can't understand what she's thinking about now. What is she thinking? Has she forsaken me, or is she about to have an angry outburst? I feel a little nervous.
你是不是觉得我很任性，很不讲道理？
Her words surprise me. They're not arrogant like how she has been before. I just look at the girl's face without saying a word. Her eyes are hidden beneath the shadow of the banks of her hair. All I can see is a deep darkness. Real royalties do not care if others understand them. I don't know if I'm speaking to her or to myself, but she interrupts me
我
immediately.
从来不需要被人所理解。如果没有人理解我，那就独自一人好了。
She's like a blossoming violet with her determination and commitment. She raises her head to look at me. Her beautiful hair is shaking in midair like a waterfall.
我和你讲这些，不是想向你解释什么，也不是想要辩解什么，这只是一次普通的谈话而已。
Fine, I will not tell anyone else about what happened this afternoon. She looks at me for a while and continues speaking.
你知道吗？一开始的时候，我非常讨厌你，当然，现在也没有多喜欢你。
Gee, thanks. Sorry to hear that. I answer awkwardly. I know that she doesn't like me. I know that. You know, but it kind of hurts me to hear her say it openly like that.
你无需对此感觉遗憾。曾经身为瑟兰图将军的你，不是应该早就有了被亡国余孽憎恨的觉悟了吗？
Yeah, that's true. I can't expect people to love me. I did kind of destroy their livelihoods. Only now do I understand the other status Leira used to have. She was the Princess of Dias. So it is reasonable for her to hate me. But how can I comfort her? Can I just tell her to forget the hatred in the past and live on happily? I can't do that. I myself don't believe it. How would I persuade her? I know I've hurt a lot of people. I know that. Because of my status, all I could do was hurt more people. That's all I knew how to do was hurt and kill. But I didn't mean it. I hope you don't hate everyone because I and my country hurt you. I wouldn't have done that if I'd had another choice. don't know why I'm explaining these to her. All that I did cannot be reversed, so what's the point of my explanation? I don't know, maybe I want to see, ease her hatred, if only slightly.
说得好，但这毫无意义。亲眼目睹罪行而不去制止，即使迪斯不是你亲手毁灭的，也不意味着你比别人高尚。你只是把自己的责任推给别人来承担罢了。不要试图逃避责任了，艾尔先生，像个男人一样站着承担你应得的憎恨吧。
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Leira doesn't accept my explanation at all. Well, that was to be expected. I get to know her a lot more as I see her cold face. She can't express any of her attachment to Diaz or any other of her hatreds for Salantu here. That is why she's so distant to everyone. She's expressing her non-cooperation. This is the only way for her to fight back. Though it is meaningless in the eyes of others, she has done her best. I feel sympathetic and responsible towards her at the same time. The miracle play is not only my way to comfort the souls who died in the wars, but also to atone for the innocents who had been hurt by me. That's why I need to convince Leira to prepare it with me. Yeah, I know this might be a little presumptuous, but Leira, I really want you to prepare the miracle play with me. Let's consider this as a chance to start a new life. I don't want Leira to be like this. A life full of hatred is just so miserable. I should know.
懒惰可以督促，虚弱可以锻炼，自卑可以激励，胆小可以鼓励，而愚蠢，艾尔先生，愚蠢无药可救。我以为我已经表达得足够明了了，现在我直接告诉你，艾尔先生，请你给我一个理由，一个让我忘记对你的憎恨来帮助你的理由。
A reason to forget all my hatred for you and help you. Don't have one. There's no reason I could give that would satisfy myself nor Leira. No matter how much you hate me, you cannot change anything. Why don't you try to forget it and live a happy life in this garden like the other princesses?
在今天之前，我以为你虽然无理，但至少和其他人相比是有些不同的。但是今天，我真正看清了你同样庸俗的一面。你是在同情我吗？
She speaks harshly.
我，莱拉德西利亚伯里萨，什么时候需要你这样一个庶民来同情我？你以为这是骑士小说吗？爱和正义的骑士遇见了沉浸在仇恨中的公主，然后在爱的感化下，公主忘记了仇恨，和骑士幸福的生活在一起了。
This isn't a storybook, I know that.
这是生活，不是小说，从来就没有大团圆结局这样的幻想。我的仇恨也不会因为你这样几句话而淡忘。
I don't know what to say. I really don't. I know too little about her past. I can't talk to her into giving up her hatred. This looks like a knot, a snarl. But how can I let her be? Her smiles mean a lot to me. The gentleman will continue to fight without regrets, even for a girl's smile. But... Winter interrupts me before I can finish my words.
收起你廉价的同情吧。你有什么立场来同情我？以你迪斯毁灭者的身份，还是以一个胜者对败者的优越感来同情我？我讨厌你这样的人，总是以为自己是主角，以为只要自己一开口，就能让别人忘记仇恨。凭什么？凭什么你夺走了我的家园，我的自由，现在还要夺走我仇恨的权利？仅仅是为了满足你愚蠢的优越感？我看够了你这种人的伪善。如果你真的有一点同情心，你侵略迪斯的时候为什么不做点什么？ 为什么要等到胜利之后再来居高临下的告诉我要忘记仇恨？
She shouts at me wildly, her voice even becomes hoarse.
不用说了，我看够了你的伪善面孔。现在请你离开这里，我不想再看到你。
Leira stands up and points at the door.
玛丽安，送客。
Marion comes and bows and speaks gently to me without any doubts.
艾尔先生，请这边走。
On her way back, Marion complains to me unhappily.
艾尔先生怎么又和莱拉殿下吵
Well,
起
that's
来
new.
了？不是要来和他修复关系的吗？
Leira's complicated. She is a wall that cannot be climbed so easily. But maybe I've said something wrong. Maybe it was our words. But words can't cure the pain she has in her heart, no matter how softly spoken they may be. I shake my head. It's too late to say anything now.
那我失礼地询问一下，艾尔先生刚才在会客室里说的话，是您的真实意愿，而不仅仅是为了神迹剧而欺骗莱拉殿下吗？
Marion stops and stares at me. I would not lie to her for such a reason.
哦，那么艾尔先生的意思就是说，或许会因为其他的理由来欺骗莱拉殿下喽。
She smiles at me. Please don't make fun of me, Miss Marion.
艾尔先生的意思我知道了，如果刚才在会客室中的话是您的真实意
That's
愿，
not gonna
那
help.
么我会帮您劝说莱拉殿下的。毕竟看到他这个样子，我也有些担心。
Yeah. Marion sighs worriedly. I will count on you, Miss Marion.
请您放心，一切包在我身上。
Her confident smile comforts me a lot. Marion must be much better than me than convincing Leira. Well, damn. The sun is setting. It is getting dark outside. The night has come. I used to like nights, but now I really hate them. I hate the coldness and loneliness. Oh. My name is Veridicali-Tea. Everyone says that I'm an arrogant princess. Arrogance. It is just one of my masks among many. Sometimes I feel like I am a ghost, thirstily searching for any form of brightness and hope for life from everywhere around me. But when I get it, I refuse to accept it due to fear. How ironic. When did I change? My memory has long gone like droplets in the ocean. I can't find it anywhere. Even though I've tried hard, I can only get a few drops of them which seem to be familiar. The pieces of my memories flash before my eyes. I remember the last day of my country, Diaz. I saw soldiers snatch crying babies from their beds with a reckless disregard for their mothers' begging, before throwing them on the ground and stamping under their feet. I saw old men who were flushed out by enemies like animals, then hanged on the city walls. No matter who they were, noblemen or civilians, everyone joined the battle. But as more and more news came in, we could only despair, for our defensive lines grew smaller and smaller, from the wall to the street, from the street to the inner city. We finally found ourselves trapped. I recall another scene, this time. I was in a narrow lane. A nobleman from Diaz, who was covered with blood, was fighting with the Silentist soldiers. He tried to prevent them from going any further. Run! Run to the palace! Our soldiers there will protect you all! Run! I then realized there were so many young kids behind me shaking in fear. But the Silentist soldiers would not let them go. A group of bowmen came and drew their bows, aiming at the kids. Although the nobleman tried their best to protect the kids with his body, he could not protect them all. Arrows hit the kids and pierced through their small body. Ah! The kids screamed, distracted at the nobleman's attention, and he turned around in a panic. At the same time, a soldier rushed up to him, yelling, and nailed him against the wall with a spear. After killing the nobleman who tried to stop them, the soldiers came and stabbed the kids' bodies with their swords. The screaming suddenly stopped. I know these are not illusions. I saw more scenes like this on that day. When our capital was down, many noblemen started to fight with the enemy like ordinary soldiers. No one forced them or ordered them to, they just did it. They used to bully people willfully. They were greedy for money, loved to boast their status over others, but at that time, they shared a bitter hatred against the enemy with their people. What they did proved they were real noblemen of the country. The nobleman who died in order to protect the kids was Ko Peglu. He sent his family elsewhere in secrecy before the capital was taken, but he fought till his death, where he was doomed to perish without any fear. Even today, I still consider him an ordinary person who lacks skill, attractiveness, and even intelligence. As a nobleman, he was nothing and cannot be compared with famous generals or wise men. He only tried to defend us without surrendering or retreating until his death. It's enough, isn't it? Why? Why did good people like him have to die? I don't know. I took the rest of the kids to the palace with my heart full of questions. If the gods really exist, why did they let all these things happen? Why didn't they just watch all these good people die?
坚持住，拐过这个转角就安全了。
We were running in a dark side street. The sound of battle cries and screams were coming from all directions, but the darkness gave me a small sense of security at the least. We finally made our way to the square in front of the palace. Only then did I notice that it was not safe there anymore. The resistance in the square was no more. The ground covered with white marble had been turned red from blood. In the center of the square were several big bonfires on which the bodies of Dia's soldiers had been placed. And the magnificent palace, which was the pride of the people of Diaz, had become a giant burning torch. Red flames reddened the night sky. There was no warmth in me anymore. I fell on the ground, covering my ears and eyes. I did not want to see or hear anymore. I once believed that if I could be a good princess, I could live happily with all the other people in this country. I've tried my best, but the result is... Since then, I've trusted no one. The former Leira died in the capital of Diaz with the children, and that is where she will remain.